What's up, everybody? Realest thumbnail I've ever seen? Dog. I'm fighting for my life here, bro. I just want people to be happy about things. And things keep being not happy, man. Yeah, we'll chat. I don't like this at all. This is where I think it would, like, I hope we get comms on this shit, like, fucking ASAP. It's just not a good look, the longer it's not acknowledged, but also I'm sure they have to do back-end shit to look at it and, like, you know, verify everything. 1 second here. Let me grab Twitter. Okay. Oh, no, this is where chats go, actually. Oh, what the fuck did I do? Sorry, chat. Give me 1 second. I apologize. Sure they have to. Holy. Yo, what's up, Theo? Thank you for the 36 months. What happened? Oh, we're gonna talk about it, my friends. We're gonna talk about it. If I had to guess, I don't know this for sure. And keep in mind, this is a very, very new thing that kind of just got out there. But it looks like, and this happened a couple times. It looks like there's been more digital assets or like designs that were taken without an artist's permission. This time they were used in Marathon. This has happened a couple times in Destiny. I remember I think the Savathun, like if you go to let me go to the board actually. I think like the Savathun art or the Shivu Wrath art from the Enclave, like on the evidence board, I think that was like directly stolen as well. And I think it has been like the result of contractors in the past. And let me clarify, I'm not trying to alleviate Bungie of any blame when I say that, because they are the ones, if this was due to contractors, and it has been in the past, they are the ones who have chosen to, instead of paying full-time employees that you can hold more accountable, they're the ones who are choosing to contract and outsource this sort of thing. If I'm not mistaken, if I go out here, am I crazy? I swear there's like a Savathun. Did they remove it? Was there not? Is it just in the trailer? I swear there was like a Savathun thing here. It might just be in the trailer. Yeah, it might just be, it was a cutscene thing? Okay. Yo, Tim Lofi, thank you for the 2 months. But let's look at this, because I know that people are, the one thing that I always try to do is like, I'm not a fucking lawyer. I don't know who this person is. I'm following them now, and it looks like they have a lot of cool art. But I don't know. Like, I got home, I looked at my phone. This is like the first tweet I see is like a plagiarism allegation. And my goal in life is not to let my primate brain go, die Bungie, die Bungie, die Bungie. You know what I mean? Like, if they stole it, and this looks very, and we'll talk about it, but if it was stolen, or a contractor ripped it off, or an employee ripped it off, or whatever the fuck, then this person needs to be, like, incredibly well compensated, and it needs to be acknowledged publicly, and whoever stole it, or ripped it off, or plagiarized it, or whatever you want to say, needs to be reprimanded. Don't know what that looks like. At my company, if I blatantly broke patent law and pretended to create something, a polymer that another company had made, I would like definitely get fired, and I would probably get in legal trouble with my own company to sue me for everything that they lost from through legal battles. So I don't really know what that looks like at a company like Bungie. And I just like, one thing I try to promote on this channel is like, you're not, most of you, how many people are in here right now? all couple hundred of you, none of you are legal experts. I don't know what this fucking means. None of you know what it means. We know that if it's true, it's bad. And it's up to the legal system to hopefully address this in a way that, hopefully, I think this person says they don't really have money for legal fees, which I'm sure they could. It probably won't even require that. Bungie's been pretty good about this before. Like, I think both the other instances of plagiarism in Destiny I'm aware of ended up in people getting paid quite well. So, you're actually a legal expert. Let's go. It was a strand ability icon. Yes, and that ended up also being a stock icon company. I remember that. It was a stock icon company that they bought some of their icons from. They were stealing stuff. So I think both instances of plagiarism at Bungie were allegedly done by like contractors or license deals and stuff. I have a hard time believing anyone like intelligent and like really good in their field would just do this, because like you have to know you're gonna get caught, right? Oh, it was a base Nectar logo. That's right. It wasn't Strand. It was the Navigator exotic icon. There's no way anyone who has any like, I mean, look, like if this is true, and once again, like I don't remember this shit. I don't know, and it looks like this is real, but I have never seen this person's art before in my life. And I don't remember seeing like in game. Like I don't have like a fucking, I wasn't paying attention to that shit. But if this is true, it literally could not get more blatant than this. It literally could not get more blatant than this. And so what this says to me, and this is all fucking speculation or heresy or whatever the fuck you want to say. I just like, regardless of what company they work for, I have a very hard time believing like a real professional would ever do this. This has to be. I would be so shocked if this wasn't, someone either very new, very out of art school, or like a contractor who has like very little to lose, or they feel like they have very little to lose, or whatever. That is not me justifying this. This artist should be paid 100%. What is their name? The Anti-Real. They should be paid 100%. 100%. There's not a fucking doubt in my mind. If this is real, this person should be compensated, greatly compensated for this. The interesting part about this person, it seems like they've been ironing out this art style for years, and allegedly Bungie just took it, hoping for either to be a farce. If not, this person absolutely needs to be paid or hired by the art team. Yeah, I don't even know if this person would want to be hired by the art team. Like, we always kind of default to that. Or we being the community. Like, the last time this happened to Savathun, I think people were like, Bungie, hire this person. I'm going to be honest, like, if someone just stole some shit from me, I wouldn't want to work for them. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did notice multiple Bungie people follow this person. Like, a lot. None of these are all Destiny creators, but it was all Bungie. Used to work at Bungie. It's like, wow, that's a lot of people. But none of those, like, I don't know. It sucks. It sucks no matter what happens. The problem, if it ends up being a contractor, this is one of the many reasons this sucks. Contractors don't get benefits or full benefits. There's a huge fucking political argument against or about that. It has been for years. 2, how in the fuck do you regulate this? Did Joe Cross follow them? No, he was on that list. It's like, okay, if I pay someone this, like I've done this for my channel. I pay people to make artwork so I can put them on t-shirts or make pins for you guys. If they steal art, how the fuck do I check that? You know what? And obviously, like, once again, there's a big difference between me and like a $4 billion company. Like, I totally recognize that. But say like, okay, you're in this scenario, Joe Cross. Someone brings you this design. How the fuck do you go, was this stolen? I don't know how you do that. I'm sure there's some tools. Reverse image search on Google. I mean, these are similar enough where that actually might have worked. Sorry, you can't see these symbols underneath me. They're fucking exact. So actually, a reverse Google search might have worked. But I just like, I don't. This is like, you can't. If you contract work out, and you're not going to hold people responsible or liable through means of their employment or legally through their, whatever means, and you're just like paying people to do this shit for you, there's like, I'm sure there's legal recourse they can take, but this shit's going to happen. You open yourself up for this. You know what I mean? Imagine how many artists do shit like this and don't get caught. Yeah. It is shocking to me that regardless of what happens, like who ended up doing this, if it's a Bungie employee, if it's a contractor, whatever, it is shocking to me that they didn't just change anything. You know what I mean? Like, one second. You guys can't see it here. Let me, like, fuck, at least change the homework a little bit. I'm not trying to, like, tell you how to plagiarize or anything, but, like, fuck, dog. It's identical, man. It's just blurrier. There's no way, like, no professional in the world is gonna do, like, oh, yeah, that'll be, no catch to that. It'll be fine. Like, I've grabbed stuff from Google and used it as a placeholder until I got in art mode. Yeah, maybe, but why would... And maybe this is like a behind the scenes thing, but why, like, for shit like this, does it... I don't really think it... Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't... Like, would you put a placeholder somewhere in an early version of a game? It's still not acceptable. It is not acceptable, even if this is a placeholder. If that is their excuse, it's not acceptable. This is a playable version of the game. It would have ended up in the paid version of the game. So it's just not, that's not an acceptable excuse, period. Like, using placeholder in stock images or concept arts or whatever, like, sure. But in a playable, like a very close to finished version of the game? Like, I don't... As a designer that works at a large tech company doing branding, UI, UX design, you'd be surprised how often people steal. I don't think I would be surprised how often people steal. I find it more surprising how these were seemingly taken one for one and not altered at all. Yeah, the icons in the ARG, really... I don't know who did the art for the ARG. I do know the ARG was contracted. I do know that. I don't know if they did the art. I have no idea. And also, though, I was gonna say, also these symbols were used in their trailers. I don't think these symbols are used in the game. Are they used in the game at all? When you load in, what does that look like when you load into a map? Because their trailers are definitely contracted, or like a lot of their trailers are contracted. The ARG was definitely contracted. Let me look up like a fucking marathon live stream real quick. What does it look like when you spawn in? Is it those symbols? It's out there pulling on. Jesus, how long do we sit in fucking orbit for? God damn. No, not the same. Not the same at all. Good. I work in VFX tangentially related. This is kind of wild. Usually you have to go through many steps of approval. If this is a placeholder, I'm shocked it's in a public-facing product. That's what I would expect too. I reverse image searched the symbols on 7 different websites. No pop-ups. This could have been an art package that a branding company sent them. I think that is also a likely outcome. And when I say that, I know people are going to be like, oh my God, he's trying to absolve Bungie of blame. No, I mean, you have to identify potential possibilities. And regardless of what happened, it's not okay. Like, to be incredibly clear, it is not okay. But the way things happened definitely does matter. No, I don't think this is a menu. This is from the trailer. Oh no, sorry, this is from the website. Website press kit. And then this is a reference art. And these are really similar, man. As a graphic designer, it is genuinely such a huge practice to literally just take things and then slightly alter them in order to push them out. Literally the Avengers with a Z thing from Thunderbolts. Spoilers! Definitely not okay, but it happens a lot, yeah. With Joe Cross plus a lot of the Bungie team following this artist, I think it's probably very unlikely. That does worry me. I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. Once again, this isn't like, I'm not a lawyer. I don't fucking know. I hope whatever happened is dealt with. Bungie, like I said, I think this has happened twice before that I can think of. Once was allegedly because of a contractor. Once was allegedly because they used a licensed icon kit. Both, I believe, were paid or addressed. Did they change the fucking, one second, the navigator icon? I think the navigator icon was like, I feel like it was in the game for a long time before anyone noticed too. It was quite a while. Yeah, they changed it. It was literally the base nectar. It used to be, yeah, it used to be this shit, but upside down, I think. Crazy. That's why I think it's important to audit all the references. But if, like, that's my question. If you're a contractor, or if you're contracting something out, they could just lie. You know what I mean? What is the legal recourse there? I have no idea. I can accuse making the mistake as long as actions are taken to make it right in the end. Yeah. Anti-Real has found their work on clothes in a Tesco before. Holy shit. Look, Bungie's gonna tweet out we're bad. Papa Sony's gonna continue to write this artist, or is going to write this artist in the next check, and we'll have forgotten this by next week. The cycle will continue. I mean, this shit, yeah. As long as, okay. First off, it's not like we all forget. Like, I just listed both of the other previous times that something similar has happened. The most important thing is that things are made right by the small artist. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, a billion-dollar company cannot be taking profits using the work of a individual contributor or like an individual artist without compensation, period. That is the most important thing. This will flood the questions on Play MA tomorrow. Yeah. And it should. Well, let me say this. There is a team at Bungie that will handle this. Like, they have lawyers and lawyers and lawyers for this. And I'm sure the brand managers of Marathon, I'm sure Joe Cross will be involved in these discussions as the art director of Marathon, and their lawyers will definitely be involved. I don't know if Joe Ziegler would be involved since he's just a game director. I say just the game director, but you know, usually like for Destiny, the way they do it is there's usually a game director for like gameplay, and then like a game director for like business stuff, and then there's like a general manager above that. That's who I would expect to be in a lot of these meetings as well. I'm sure Joe Ziegler will be there, but not like he can really do anything about it. You know what I mean? But it is good because people are going to point this out, and like there's no way the community is going to let, like, I don't think Bungie like the actual like real art team at Bungie, Joe Cross or whoever, I don't think they would want Bungie to get away with this. Like, I think of everyone on Earth, surely artists would want artists to be fairly compensated. I would hope. Not knowing many, if any of them personally, I would hope. It is unfortunate because if the live stream is filled with this stuff, that means that, like, we're going to get less answers about, like, the actual fucking game, which is definitely more of a selfish thing, but I want to know what they're doing to address the alpha feedback. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be a 2-hour live stream just being like, yeah, we might have fucked up. We're looking into it. You know what I mean? Out of all of this, though, I take comfort in the fact that Pete Parsons might be sweating. Dog, if you fucking think Pete is going to lose a night of sleep over this, you have never worked for $1 billion company before. Absolutely not, dog. Come on. Don't forget the Nerf Ace of Spades situation. I forgot about that. What happened with that? They paid the artist? What was that? Did they ever explain it? Most Pete is going to go is legal on it. Great, leave me alone. Yeah. I mean, like, it's so weird. It makes sense because I think a lot of these communities are pretty young. But it does give me whiplash a lot when, like, a lot of people with platforms too, like on Twitter, but a lot of people in comment sections and stuff, like, clearly have never worked in a corporate environment. And I find that, like, so surprising. Like, where have you worked? I'm so jealous. I guess I had it until 2 years ago, but it's just like, once you're in this environment, man, it's so obvious how shit like this happens. You have 1,000 people working on the same goddamn thing. Half of them are in a fucking, different state, different country, whatever. People are barely talking to each other until, like, the final months of a project. You're outsourcing shit. How the fuck do you verify it? Leadership just cares about hitting timelines and budgets. It is so... I can see shit like this happening so easily at my company. That is not justification. I think it is a failure on how we operate gigantic mega corporations in America. And maybe not even just in America, but my experience is obviously in America. It is so obvious to me that this could very easily happen within the plastics industry. It does not surprise me that it can happen here. I find it so weird. That people, like, just don't... That doesn't click for so many people. Unless you're copywriting your own work, anything's up for grabs, unfortunately. I've had clients take my concepts, go to competitor, and have them copy and paste it to a T. I don't know how it works for art, but at least in science, if you have it written down, like, if you have a paper trail and you can show that you had the idea first, like, definitively, that's why we use electronic notebooks. That's why we write everything down. That's why we send emails. That's why if Exxon does something and then we show, like, hey, we've been talking to Exxon for like 3 years and we definitely had this idea first, that IP is ours now. That's how it works in the technology and chemical industry. I don't really know, and it's not as easy as that idea is ours now. That's a very drawn out legal battle. I don't know how it works with art. Yeah, well, sometimes you have patents. A lot of that discovery comes through if two companies filed similar patents at the same time. But there is an IP, trademark, or copyright aspect to it too for, like, brand names and stuff. Artists found similarities in the handle of the Nerf Ace of Spades concept art, which was very similar to their Ace of Spades fan ornament. Artist was paid, and it was a contractor issue Nerf side. Look, all this is telling me is, Wabi, did you just send me sources for this? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, so since we can't post this here, here's a tweet with very clear comparisons with the two. Small tofu rabbit. I, like, vaguely remember this. Oh, yeah. I mean, holy shit. Literally just cut and rotated. Um, the situation has been resolved. Bungie has been nothing but polite and professional in handling this. They will disclose everything soon. Thank you for helping me bring attention to this whole thing and the support. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Bungie and community managers, for reaching out so fast. Small artists like me often feel powerless. And then, where did you see that? It was, someone said it was Nerd. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Wobby. Dude, Wobby's the fucking goat. Jesus. We've discovered that an external vendor that helped create this cutscene mistakenly. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mistakenly used this art as a reference, assuming it was official Bungie art. That's a huge compliment, by the way. We reached out to the artist to apologize for the mix-up and to credit and compensate them for their awesome work. Yeah, like, this, if, like, it's clearly, like, this sort of shit, I don't know how you prevent it. If you're going to keep hiring contractors and you're going to try to keep your costs down that way by not making a full-time position and paying benefits and, you know, job security and stuff. If you're going to insist on contracting this shit out, this is going to keep happening. This is going to keep happening. Don't hire shit contractors then? Yeah, I would argue, like, look, man, I'm 100% like a workers' right advocate 100% of the time, okay? I hate all of the legal loopholes that contracting allows, wherever it is. These should be full-time positions. Full-time positions, full benefits, and you can hold people accountable for shit like this much easier, and people are going to be less likely to do it because they have a much larger thing to lose. Oh, is this just... There's Bungie's tweet on the ace. Thank you. We're currently investigating internally and with our partner. We're in contract with the artist, and we'll share more information on the next steps we are taking once we gather more information. So they ended up paying, hopefully Tofu, quite a bit of money for this. Individual small artists should be paid way more than that art is worth for shit like this. I mean, Ace of Spades is Ace of Spades. Yeah, you can say that, but look. Like, when it comes to shit like this, like where they're copying very like literally tracing shit, I mean, like fucking, like, literally look at this, guys. Like, look at this. This is not just, oh, Ace of Spades is Ace of Spades. And, like, honestly, to be completely honest, if Bungie wanted to, because it is an Ace of Spades thing, they could I would bet they would have an easier, like, it wouldn't be the hardest thing to argue in the court of law. But look at this, dude. This is what I'm saying. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Look at this. This is not okay. Look. Like, literally traced. Literally traced. And it's just like, yeah, this artist should be fairly compensated for that. Marathon's gonna suffer from this? I don't know if I'd say that, but maybe. I don't really know if, like, any of these ended up... I think the important part is that, once again, whoever did it is held accountable. And two, the artist is fairly paid. You know, call me a shill or whatever. I think it is unfair to call for something to negatively affect 300 to 500 people's jobs off of the actions of one or a couple of people. But also, once again, like, I'm a very pro workers' rights, and I don't think people should lose their jobs. Yes, this is what I was talking about. Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about. Dude, Wobby, you're the fucking goat. You should go into research, Wobby. On God. Aren't you? Wait. Oh, you're CS, I think. Yeah, look at this. I'm not one to make a whole stinker, and it's most likely that this was a mere accident, but did Bungie use Relay Shivu fan art for their Detective Wall trailer? This is what I was talking about. And, like, clear. And then Cosmo said, there was a mix-up when creating this post, and Relay's art was accidentally used. We have reached out to them and got permission to use their work, and are now crediting them for this. Oh, I really hope they fucking paid them. Looks like they were really excited that they made it into a trailer. They probably could have got paid for this, I'm just saying. But hopefully they did get paid for this. But it's just like, look, it happens. It's happening a lot, and I don't like that it's happening a lot. And I don't know about that last one, the Shiva one, but these all seem to be contractor issues. We obviously don't know about the marathon one yet, but it's like, maybe if like your contractors keep stealing shit, Bungie, like maybe we should look into that a little bit. You know what I mean? How do the scratch marks compare to the actual Ace of Spades model? Well, you can't really see that side of the gun, but where the fuck did that picture go? I mean, it doesn't. It's not even like a, where would that even be? It's on the barrel. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. There's nothing like that on the original Ace of Spades anywhere. They never paid the artist after promising. Do you have sauce on that? Looking game. Oh yeah, I guess I am in the gun or in the game. I can find Ace of Spades. Good point. Good point, chatter. Big brain. You have a link, you can post it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, not a single similar scratch mark on it. Oh, here we go. When was this? September 14th? Oh, it's been almost another year. Well, it looks like, I mean, it looks like Cosmo did follow back up. I'm not going to pretend to fucking know here. I have literally no idea, but Cosmo, it looks like Cosmo followed back up. And I know Cosmo personally. He's good people, for sure. Cosmo and DMG, anytime they're involved with shit like this, shit's going to get taken care of. I have no doubt about that. A year is crazy, though. Yeah. And once again, I mean, working in a corporate environment, it doesn't surprise me that something was lost. I mean, like, the amount of projects that I'm in that keep getting delayed or pushed down the line because it's fucking impossible to approve payment to an outside vendor. I mean, I've only been at this company for 2 years, and it keeps happening. This is not me justifying it. I definitely can see it happening at a company like mine, though. That does not make it okay, to be clear. But it doesn't surprise me due to personal experience. Unfortunately, none of this surprises me. And if this does keep ending up being the product of using contractors, hey, once again, maybe hire people that don't do this shit and stop contracting people. Yeah, extremely common. Unfortunately, large corporations move like glaciers. I mean, it's ridiculous. From my experience at work, artists should generally ensure they provide a reference source for legal team to check. Yeah, but like, couldn't you just fucking make shit up? Or if you found 2 references and you copy one, just supply the other one and call it a day? You know what I mean? I'm actually like, I'm high-key curious, right? So if I take this art here, Wobby, I'm going to send this to you just so I can have it in a web link. Ignore that. Okay. So if I have this and I go to Google Images and I search for an image and I search this, I don't fucking know how this works. Reverse search that. It's probably just gonna get the yellow, right? So it's gonna, it brought up this, it brought up, oh, it did bring up other symbols. Well, I guess what I have to do is actually search the, okay, I should search the Bungie one. Let me search the Bungie one and see if this one pops up. Like if I'm like, okay. Like just to, once again, I'm not a fucking artist. I'm just trying to figure out how you would effectively reverse search this in a way that would allow you to catch plagiarism. I have no idea. If literally, if I hired an artist to make a t-shirt design, I have no way of knowing how to be like, okay, how do I tell if this is copyrighted? How do I tell if you plagiarize this? I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that question. I have literally, other than reverse Google search. Well, it brings up this one. It's kind of similar. It is not bringing up that artist though. So like, where do you go for? That's a very, I mean, it's not the same. It's not as close as the other one, but how do you do that? This one's transformative enough, do you think? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a fucking copyright lawyer. I don't want to sit here and be like yes or no. It's clear they took inspiration from them. If they're compensated for this, they should be compensated for this, period. Can you make me a Scare Night shirt? Comes with a shirt that says Dado on the back. The same problem exists in music. It's really hard to verify and the line is often thin. So that's a really fun thing. I've been through this, actually. So, the music I used to use in videos, I don't use it anymore. Someone back in the day, one of my really good first subs and mods, she made me a whole, well, she didn't make me, she made a lot of music using like an open source, not open source, but like a, yeah, kind of open source, license free pack of samples where it was like a way to learn how to make music. And she used a ton of samples and put together all the songs you ever hear me use in videos. And she made like a ton of music with it. A lot of people made music with those samples. And so, fun fact, actually, my original Marathon ARG video from 2 years ago got copyright struck because someone who had also made music with that sample pack thought I stole their song, and they linked their video, and it was similar, but it was very different. Like all of the levels were clearly different. There were extra layers on the one I use, that sort of thing. And I was like freaking out because that video was doing really well. I was gonna get a copyright strike, and so I did a ton of video, and I showed like the spectral frequencies, and I showed like the original source and the original Spotify and everything. I had to go through a lot of trouble to prove that they were not the same songs. They just happened to share some similar samples in them. But exactly in that case, I had been using that music for every video for fucking 5 years. Okay, it was given to me by a friend, but it easily could have been contracted. How in any world, how am I supposed to be able to verify that is what, wasn't stolen? You know what I mean? That's just hard. Watch the Lucky 10p video on this. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. But it's a very slippery slope. But period, at the end of the day, no matter how hard it is to verify, no matter X or Y or Z or whatever employee or whatever contractor or whatever licensing thing or whatever the fuck they used for this needs to be held accountable, and this artist needs to be compensated. Period. That's bottom line. There's like a major problem, which is that music lawyers do not understand enough music theory. High key, I need to become a music lawyer. That would be kind of fun. Do you listen to Orbit Culture? I feel like I know that name, but I don't know why I know that name. It's quite funny. This comes up after Chris Barrett was so bullish on generative AI. I mean, that is like a really good point. I feel like anything... Well... I'm not touching that one, man. I have no idea. Saying high key is giga cringe? Bruh. Are you serious? Saying giga cringe in YouTube chat's giga cringe, fucking nerd. They just keep contracting this work out to the lowest bidder. I can't have a lot of sympathy for them. If you want quality work, you gotta pay for it. So once again, like, I think that is likely what happened, but I can't speak to it because I don't know. I don't know. It's not the same thing. I get close to Bungie. The dude is literally following the duty soul. Yeah, I highly doubt. I keep seeing you say that, by the way, but I find it hard to believe Joseph Cross worked on a lot of the in-game assets like this. I mean, he's literally a director, so I imagine he does a lot of the concept art and not a lot of the stuff in-game. But once again, I highly doubt a fucking 25 year veteran in the industry did this. But if he did, I hope he's held accountable. But once again, I don't know your all backgrounds, but if you've ever worked at a company like this, the fucking leaders of a project don't do the work. That's just not how it works. The first time it happens, like, yeah, mistakes happen, but the fourth time, this needs to be looked at from the ground up. A lot of measures should have been in place. And once again, it seems like it keeps happening from contractors, so I think that's a great place to start. Yes, honey? No, I'm okay. Bye. We'll see. I have no idea how long this is gonna go for. Okay. So it's good. Hey, what's my AC at?
87.
What's it set to? Can you set it to 71? Thank you. Just so everyone knows, it's pretty blatant. Yeah, that's what we've been saying. The Aleph thing is super weird since Aleph is an OG marathon thing. Wait, is it? Well, that's super odd. Aleph is a letter from the Hebrew alphabet and concept in mathematics. It's not necessary for marathon. Oh, fair enough. It is. Well, if it's in the original, if it's like a company or whatever in the original marathon, that would be super weird. Are we sure he followed the artist before this incident? Is there any way to look at that? That's a good question. Maybe that they've already made contact privately about it since the post was made. Why was the post not just made today? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here once again and throw definitive accusations. That is not my job, and that is way above my pay limit. And I'm not confident enough in any of this to do that. But it was made today. It was made like literally a couple hours ago. So I wouldn't say anything like that. But I think it's kind of silly to stand on a soapbox. We literally have a legal system designed in a way to stop people from doing like exactly that. So LF1 is the name of the team that made the version of the OG trilogy that's available on Steam, not necessarily a thing from original Marathon. Oh, I wouldn't count that as a thing. Cross would have very likely been gathering pictures and making mood boards forever did the design work. Yeah, and I do think, like, he probably did like a lot of the, especially high level concepting as well. But I don't know. Like, I'm not. Once again, I think the really important thing here is that Bungie see that like the appropriate people at Bungie see this, and I think that starts with, you know, whoever Cosmo and DMG and all of them can get this elevated to. Maybe not DMG anymore, since he's in a different role, but whoever they can get it elevated to need to see it. They've compensated people for mistakes like this before. This person needs to be compensated, and whatever happened needs to be discovered, which I guarantee they have an internal process for doing, because every company fucking worth above $100 has a fucking team dedicated to doing this shit. And then whatever happened needs to be addressed. Flat out, that's it. There is no and if or buts about it. This person needs to be compensated. Whatever happened needs to be addressed. And if this is another contractor thing, then maybe we should stop using contractors. The Red War story thing is completely different and total bullshit. Your takes on this are far too nuanced. We aren't raged. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, fuck, dude. The Red War thing is such a... If you guys have looked at any of it, it's such a sham. It's awesome. Did we not learn contractors breed more bad than good with Halo Infinite? I'm not even going to pretend to know about that situation either. I have no idea. I just joined the stream. Could you give me a quick TLDR? Bungie has a disturbingly frequent history of their paid contractors ripping off people. I will give Bungie credit that when called out for it, they seem to compensate people seemingly more than fairly, which is nice, but shouldn't happen in the first place. It should never happen in the first place. Let me say it again for all the fucking people who are going to clickbait this. It should never have happened in the first place. But if it does happen, of course, people should be compensated. And hopefully they never work with those fucking contractors again. And hopefully no one ever works with those contractors again. Today it came out that there was a lot of art in the Marathon Alpha and in the Marathon ARG that is disturbingly similar and pretty much straight ripped from, potentially, from this anti-real person. And once again, I'm using a lot of soft language. I'm going to do this again for the fucking clickbaiters here. To all the chuds that want to clip me out of context here. It is really important to use soft language in a thing like this because I got on Twitter and I saw a single post. I do not know who this person is. I don't know the inner workings of Bungie. Yeah, it looks like this likely happened. I have no fucking idea. It would take me 14 seconds to make a convincing post that looks like this. I'm not saying Anti-Real did this, but I could do it. Anyone with a fucking brain and half a fucking hour on Photoshop could make a convincing tweet that looks like this. So, as not an expert and as a person that's not aware of this party or doesn't remember seeing any of this stuff specifically in game or this person's art before, I'm using soft language because that is the intelligent, safe thing to do instead of just throwing my audience and saying, cancel them. So I'm trying to be responsible here. It's a very nuanced thing that I wish people did more. But once again, it's looking very likely that Bungie probably did this, and if it was a contractor, if it was an employee, if it was whatever, that individual or party should be reprimanded, and this anti-real person should absolutely be compensated. Not jumping to conclusions on the internet? My bad. My bad. Clipped and shipped. Fuck! Actually, honestly, in this community, that clip would give me a lot of brownie points. Why the hell would he follow some random ass dude on Twitter who doesn't even do the art for a living? Why would an artist follow another artist on Twitter? Am I not allowed to follow chemists on Twitter? Am I not allowed to follow people who occasionally write music on Twitter? Am I not allowed to follow content creators that don't make Destiny videos on Twitter? What? What kind of fucking question is that? Are you on Twitter? Do you know, like, do you follow anyone at all that isn't in your fucking profession? Or sorry, that does similar things to you? Why would I, as an editor, follow another editor on Twitter? Yeah. Hello? It is crazy that the marathon art style is basically the exact same that this guy's been posting for years. Yeah and no. I mean, this is not like... Did they... okay, help me out here. Have they shown their inspiration slides publicly? I don't think they have they? When we went to Bungie, they were like, when we were designing Marathon, we took inspirations from these things, and they showed like some Ghost Evangelion or whatever, and they showed like mid or late 90s, mid 2000s, like, you know, Nike ads and shit. And like, you could see they listed like 10 things that were clear inspirations for this. Suddenly that's on the agenda for tomorrow. And they were like, these inspirations became this. And it was very clear how like they took like individual elements of everything and funneled it down into like the fairly unique aesthetic. So I would say like this inherent, like if I just saw this, like 100%, and maybe you guys disagree, but if I was scrolling across Twitter and I see this, actually the first thing I'm thinking is, oh, that kind of looks like Deepstone Crypt. There's not really a point where I'm like, oh, this kind of looks like Marathon. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say like this is the Marathon aesthetic. There are parts of this that I could see being part of the Marathon aesthetic for sure. But I wouldn't go as far to say as like, oh, this guy's doing like the exact Marathon aesthetic. You know, like his stuff's very like monochromatic and it's good, don't get me wrong. And I can definitely see how it factors in. But I would not say this guy like invented the Marathon aesthetic. This is closer. The art on the right was posted 7 years ago. Oh shit, this? God damn. Oh. Yes! Like literally this! Bro, Chad is so much better at my job than me. Holy fuck! Yeah. Literally this. Literally this. Marathon art style is short thread. We just had a nice PowerPoint. First of all, thanks to everyone for the kind words and enthusiasm for the style direction of our announced trailer. It's been amazing to see. This was the result of many talented artists working together with the support of an amazing production team. Okay. But yeah, like you can see like, okay, old PlayStation ads, Ghost in the Shell, I think, Evangelion. I'm not like, I don't really know anime that much, but oh, maybe this is under the skin. This is Ghost in the Shell. I don't fucking know, but you know what I mean. Like you can definitely see how these things influenced the Marathon art style, and I wouldn't like. I could see this being like a component of that, but none of these things individually are the Marathon art style. So I would just like. That's kind of my counterpoint to like this guy inventing the art style of Marathon. I don't necessarily think that's what happened. Yeah, 100% Eden. I'm not gonna sit here and say like I mean this is exact once again, and I can't stress enough. If no matter if this was an employee, if this was a logo pack that they used, no matter what, this person should be compensated, and whoever it resulted in this fumble should be reprimanded. I wouldn't like at this point, I wouldn't really be surprised if it ends up being another logo thing though, just like the base nectar thing. Because if you look, it is really interesting that they are like decal. All three of these examples are decals, right? Like this is clearly like a single texture that they just like these symbols are never shuffled out of order or shown individually. Like this is clearly, at least as in my very limited graphic design knowledge, it seems pretty clear to me that this is a decal. whether that was designed in-house or purchased from a like a stock logo company or made by a contractor, I have no way of knowing. But it does look like part of like a decal thing. Anti-reals art has been consistently stolen and posted in stock photo websites. Yeah, like literally exactly this. Literally exactly this. This is sold by it's still sold by Adobe. When was this posted? It's fucking posted 2 years ago. It's still sold by Adobe, man. What? What? This is almost like definitely what happened, right? Yeah, yeah, fucking hell. Sheesh. No, they're saying they stole it. See, unfortunately, it gets worse, and they got it from here. They're saying Adobe stole their stuff, and then this Monster Cat people bought or licensed it from Adobe, who stole it from Anti-Real. Adobe owns whatever's made in Illustrator? No shot. No, literally no shot. Read Adobe TOS, they can use your stuff for commercial use. What? Yeah, the other one was this one from as well. 2017. Wow. 1 second. So now my little sleuths in chat find this shit on the Adobe website. I wonder if you could. How do I search? Can I search things? Search Cyberpunk. Is there a way you could search? Bro, that looks like fucking the same. That looks literally the same as the last picture we looked at. Yeah, Toes. I think a lot of that stuff was contracted out too. I don't know about the graphics for the ARG. I know the ARG itself was definitely contracted out. I met him. I met the people. Half-Life logo. It's just a lambda, but this is the game now. If whoever can find this shit, you solve it. You know what I mean? Bro, tell me that doesn't. This is just a marathon cutscene. Oh yeah, like what if I just search Aleph, actually? Is that gonna... Do you think they have photo recognition on there? Bro, this is AI gen, no? That is totally AI gen. Or just filtered out of their mind. So lucky to have work from close to beginning, marathon visual development, identities, custom typography, ARG campaigns, so much more. Huh. I want to see, do they have a website? Bro, that just look, this is just the fucking marathon reveal. What the hell? I want to see examples of their work. I want to see, like, specific examples of their work. Do they have a marathon section? Oh, it's maybe with Bungie? Maybe it's under B? No, it's not up yet. Although, like, a lot of this is, like... They definitely have a very, they definitely have a vibe going. Yeah, I mean, this is very similar to Marathon. I mean, this is just, the Vatican... Or the Sistine Chapel thing. Creation of man, but I don't think that's like actually in Marathon at all. These people definitely have a vibe. I will say that. I mean, this is just fucking... Look, this is just the ARG. The first ARG. Are there... Bro. Yeah, I get it. Your passion's graphic design. Why are you giving me fucking a seizure? This is just the Marathon ARG, dude. I mean, it's just graffiti, but, like, look at the... They definitely have a vibe. So... There's a FOMO section in these galleries. Check it. Wait, was their trailer outsourced? Most of the official Bungie trailers are outsourced, yeah. As far as I'm aware, at least. I think, like, a lot of the snippets aren't, and, like, some of the, I think, like, the seasonal ones might not be. But, like, the big... As anything, essentially, that has... As far as I'm aware, anything that has, like, official, like, actual, like, 3D rendering in it, I think those have been outsourced or contracted for, like, all of Destiny. At this point, I think the best thing that could happen to gaming is that Bungie collapses and that Sony carves out a raid and dungeon team. That is just not how it works, dog. That's like a very I've never worked at a real company vibe. You know? Oh, yes, all of these people, you're all gonna just move over here and do exactly what you do for other games. What's this? Capture technician, that's different. Once again, I said anything that had like 3D like rendering or you know, like in the marathon, like one sec, like this one might be all gameplay. So like this shit, this was I would bet this was outsourced or contracted. All of this.
All things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Run.
All of this stuff, gameplay, they probably did internally. Or at least captured the gameplay internally and had someone else edit. There was, when you went to B for Bungie and scrolled down, one section was labeled FOMO for marathon looking art. I mean, it all looked like marathon art. Well, I'll check it out, but I doubt it was. I doubt that's what it was. It'd be pretty funny if the internal name was FOMO, though. I mean, that does. It's not marathon, but that does look very marathon-y. It all looks very marathon-y, though. I mean, this is all just Traxxas coded, bro. I definitely understand why they went with this company, though. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Okay, that's not TOS. They did it with the Gummy Bears team. That is incredibly different. The Gummy Bears team, as far as I'm aware, is still working out a Bungie. And they just essentially get a different name. They're just... Doop, doop. But you can't just be like, oh, right. Team that makes raids and dungeons for a very specific 10-year-old game. You're going to go over here and do... Like, you can't just, like, relocate, like, fucking 20 people or whatever. Expect them to do the exact same thing on either a completely different project or on a brand new project. That's just not how it works. Sign languages and TOS. That was a... Don't fucking worry about it. Maybe the joke didn't land. I hope Bungie gets shut down takes baffle the hell out of me. How can you wish for a company shut down and for hundreds of devs to lose their jobs? I think at that point, that's where, yeah. This is such a hard thing to convey. But I think if you actively hope, you know, anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 people lose their jobs simultaneously due to some mistakes that maybe, or decisions you don't agree with from a handful of people, I think like you're just like generally anti-worker rights. I think it is really important to remember that all of Bungie's employees are not Bungie. You know what I mean? They all have to make livings. They all deserve to make livings. And just because one scummy person or whatever ripped off art or whatever does not mean that 1,000 people should be faced with the potential of living on the street with no income. I think that's really I think that's a really toxic mentality to have. And unfortunately, this day and age, having that mentality and being on the side of the little guys or the normal devs makes me a shill. And I apologize that you hold that opinion if you do. This also looks AI gen, bro. What the fuck is this website? Adobe. But it's like, I think no matter how passionate you are about games, I think you should have enough empathy to realize that like normal ass passionate people shouldn't lose their jobs for the mistakes or missteps or decisions that maybe you don't like by higher ups. Oh, can you exclude Gen AI stuff? Bro, that's disgusting. Fucking Adobe, bro. I want to go back to Cyberpunk or but Neon. Well, can I go to just like icon sheets? Yes, I can. Icon sheets. And let's go future company. No, that's not it. That ain't it, dog. Golden Glitch, thank you for the gift. The gifted sub. Yeah, maybe just Cyberpunk again. Who even is Bungie? They have changed their face figurehead so many times in the past years. No, they haven't. Maybe if you believe that fucking Luke Smith and Joe Blackburn are the people making these missteps of leadership. But as far as I'm aware, their executive circle has not changed that much, Noah. That's a crazy, once again, that's a very, I've never worked in corporate America fucking vibe I'm getting here. And that's fine. Like, I'm not going to sit here and shame you for your lack of, you know, maybe thinking a certain way or lack of work experience or whatever, but it's just not reality. They need to identify the thief and fire them. And if it was, and yes, and if it was a contracted out company, or if it was, that's a fucking sick font. Or if it was a contracted company or like a logo kit, you need to stop working with them. And once again, I can't stress enough, if this keeps happening because of contractors, maybe you should stop fucking contracting and hire people. The founders of the company don't work there anymore? Yeah, that's been that for fucking 20 years. That's a crazy statement to make. Would you like to hear a fun fact about me? Sure. Graphic brutalism. Maybe let me get rid of the icon shit. Sorta. Sorta. Bro, what? Oh my god. Oh, wait. Dude. There's no way. There's no way. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. No, 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 no. I'd recognize that symbol anywhere. Where is it? Brother? Am I on the cope juice right now? Wow. Wow. Maybe if I take this and I rotate it like that. It's a fairly common symbol, maybe. Not my favorite emblem. Don't do this. Don't do this. No, 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 no. Oh, it is the under over perk. Yeah. It's just a 4-pointed star with a circle, bro. It's probably not that deep. Oh, man. This is crazy to me that they just, like, can take people's logos, though. I wonder how much money Adobe makes from other people's art. What I'm saying is that the current leadership isn't the same Bungie that earned their name and prestige. It's not the same people. Definitely not any of the names that earn my love and respect. I don't know. Like, sure. I think that is veering into like a parasocial relationship with a billion-dollar company, and I think that's kind of dangerous. But yeah, perchance, perhaps, maybe, perhaps. Bro, that's sick. Can you say something? Yeah, you don't have to ask to say something. But if it's racist, I'll ban you. What do you mean, shrimp? Come on, though. A thief could have stolen that shit and switched it up and not get caught. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I am having, and I don't know. I'm not like gonna sit here and say it definitely didn't happen. But I'm having a very hard time believing someone spent 5 years of their life going through graphic designer school or video game production school or whatever the fuck, and then finally gets hired at a company and then is like, I'm going to just steal things. You know what I mean? Surely anyone who does graphic design knows that they're just gonna be caught for this. That's what I'm saying. This either feels, yeah, one, like an AI thing, or just a low effort contract thing. That's like, and I have no idea. I have literally no idea. But they do have a very long history of paying contractors to do shit and then finding out that it's fucking stolen. You can say that. I just love Marty O'Donnell's music and they canned him. Dog, I would have canned Marty O'Donnell too. Salvatore was the real fucking the GOAT. The real the tragic loss. Last message. I just posted again if you don't mind. Adobe and Getty Images. Carol Highsmith donated tens of thousands of her photos to the Library of Congress, making them free for public use. Getty Images later claimed copyright on many of these photos. And then accused her of copyright infringement. Oh, I love American law, dude. That's insane. Destiny 1 had a ton of great talent. Even Destiny 2 Forsaken, I couldn't tell you any OGs who work on Marathon. Way more Halo guys work on Marathon than you think. Lars Bakken works on Marathon. Dan Miller works on Marathon. Give me 1 second. I'm cooking. I know there's many others. Fucking Luke, Hidden Xperia was rattling them off. There's like 5 to 10 OG Halo people. Steve Cotton's more in like a managerial role. But yeah, Steve Cotton's on Marathon. Marty's a GOAT, not Don. Okay. Tom Marathon works on Marathon, that's right. Dan Miller has worked on some of the most iconic Halo experiences and some of the most iconic Destiny 1 experiences. Kevin Yanes, I don't know when he started working on or at Bungie, but I mean, he definitely worked on a ton of the best metas and PvP stuff in Destiny 2 for sure. Scott Taylor still works at Bungie, I think. Once again, more of a managerial thing, but... Oh, Womby, that's insane, Womby, fuck. I found Anti-Real's art on this guy's... Who is this? Oh, he also they're followed by him. Or Anti-Real's following this guy. Anti-Real's website. I don't... Is there more to this? There's none of the other Marathon stuff on this. Like, none of the... This straight up looks like Cabal, though, to be honest. Oh my god! Elon Musk stole X from this guy. Yo, Rushmore, what's up? Scroll down? I was trying to scroll down. I wasn't scrolling. Brother, motherfuck. Bro. Yeah, there's no... Oh, she? Oh, my bad. Thank you. Thank you. This might be a, this might be a skill-related issue here, my friends, but... Oh! I like her style. She's clearly very talented. Bro, that's just straight fucking cabal. You know what it actually looks more like? The Borderlands Cipher? Borderlands Iridian Cipher? That I translated. Yeah. Oh my god, bro. It's the same fucking language. Much, very similar to this. She's very talented. Oh, that's just Japanese? Oh, it's just like stylized Japanese? It says anti-real? That's fucking cool. Okay. Shrimp, are you saying that we can beat that or what? Yeah, hopefully anti-real gets not only fairly compensated. I think she was saying that she's never been able to do this, like, full time. Fucking how, by the way? Hey, anti-real. How much would you charge for a shirt design? I'll hire you right fucking now. This is so cool. I'm not a billion-dollar company, but I can sauce you some money for stuff for sure. I would love to have some stuff like this. Oh my god, it's a ghost. Shill 9 shirt. Transcend synthetics? Like Sakaguchi genetics, bro? This looks like a lot of modern metal merch. And I'm like... I'm kind of a big fan of a lot of modern metal. Oh, here's the one that got ripped off. Rest in peace. All I'm gonna say is that this art would make for some fire marathon banners. Once again, so I hope that's what I was saying. I think I lost my train of thought, but I hope she's fairly compensated, and odds are she will be, which is awesome. And then I hope she gets some good. I hope she gets some really good fucking recognition out of this. Here's more of the left stuff. Oh my god, she made the Eververse logo, dude. Oh no. She made the Refer a Friend logo. God, this looks so good. I wish I was talented. On God, dude. I would, like, honestly, I said before, I was like, why would, if someone, like, stole your art accidentally or purposely, it doesn't matter, why would you work for them? But, like, on God, dude, if I was Bungie, I would be like, we should hire her. What did she say? Let me go back to her tweet. Bungie's, of course, not obligated to hire me when making a game that draws overwhelmingly from the same design language I've refined for the last decade, but clearly my work was good enough to pillage for ideas and plaster over their game without pay or attribution. I don't have the resources nor energy to spare to pursue this legally, but I've lost count of the number of times a major company has deemed it easier to pay a designer and imitate or steal my work than to write me an email. In 10 years, I've never made a consistent income from this work, and I'm tired of designers from huge companies moodboarding and parasiting my designs while I struggle to make a living. Fuck. Yeah, hopefully she gets the some good recognition from this, because like I said, she's clearly incredibly talented. So yeah, that's kind of all I've got to offer in terms of commentary on that. But the fact that the art has her logo in it is too funny. It's like tragic. But yeah, I think it'd be cool. It'd be cool. Like, fuck. I hope it would be cool if she should partner. Like, Bungie, like, on God, Bungie, partner with her, make a shirt design with her, and then, like, literally give her, like, 50% royalties. I swear to God. I'll rep that shit all day long. I think that's the easiest way to make shit like this right, to be honest. Or if she wants a job. I'm not like fucking qualified to be in Bungie's hiring department or whatever, but fuck, dog. Seems like it would be a really good investment at the very. It's like, look, like Bungie literally keeps getting in trouble for accidentally stealing icons because they're contracting work. Okay? So you have someone here that is clearly incredibly talented at designing icons and different iconography across multiple genres. Lab, I do not want to do a Master Vlog, friend. Seems like an easy fix, bro. Is this the biggest act of plagiarism we've seen from Bungie? Yeah, probably. Joe Ziegler's about to get the flu. It is, once again, like, not to detract from the situation, it's kind of sad because A, this is like almost in no way Joe Ziegler, like, I hope Joe Ziegler helps work to make it right, but it's definitely like not his fault. And B, I really wanted information about how they were addressing feedback from the alpha. And I just have a feeling that this is going to be entirely unproductive now. Is this truly plagiarism though? Yeah, if you go look at the designs, like, it's not inspired, like it's clearly copy pasted. Yeah, it is truly plagiarism. There's here, copy my homework and change some things, and then there's, hey, I'm gonna literally trace your fucking drawing. This is the second one. I'm watching it work. Don't tell my boss. Workers' rights. I think you deserve to be able to watch YouTube streams at work, even if it makes you slightly less productive. Fuck them. That's what I say. There's a more egregious pool that I haven't shown on the stream. It's not just the 3.
Still fighting the good fight, I see.
Yeah, I'm fighting the good fight. We're doing the, we're
thought
bounty
you might like
prepping.
that one.
We're out here prepping our bounties, brothers. Where's the, where's this shit at? The garden? This guy's already bounty prepping? Man, there's not much else to do. Oh yeah! Yeah. Let's talk about the changes that are added to 9. Hey, at least Bungie had a W for a half a day. Ah! It's so hard, man. My life is like constantly being like, all right, half you fuckers are overreacting to the most like inconsequential shit ever. And then Bungie finally making people happy. And then Bungie doing something actually bad. It's like, fuck, bro. Fuck. I just want a couple happy days, bro. I just want a couple happy days, man. It's okay. Okay, right at the 9 is being changed. Instead of 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. The Lupa thing was the cherry on top, dog. I literally, like... I don't care about that. Like, I don't... Like, yeah, it sucks. It's shitty. I don't even know what to tell people about that, man. Like... He's trying to make amends for it. It looks like he's trying to get better. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking... I don't even know, man. It sucks. He's very outspoken against cheating, and then he does it. Yeah, there's hypocrisy there. Fucking, I'm glad he's taking steps to make it right. I don't really know what else people want from me. I don't even think I'm qualified to have an opinion on this. People keep asking. People keep asking. I don't fucking care, to be honest. Like, it sucks. The whole thing's shitty. The whole thing's shitty. But it's like, fuck me. Why do I have to have an opinion on this? Why do people expect me? I'm just a guy, bro. Just a guy. Why do I have to have an opinion on this? I don't even think he's the real doctor. That's a good point. I was dying to GMs trying the Dr. Lupo challenge. What the fuck is that? What does that even mean? Yo, Fatrified, thank you for the prime. Yeah, I'm putting out a new bounty prep video. Yeah. Starting today, our plan. Okay, they're changing this shit. They used a lot of words, but essentially, next week will be Ghost of the Deep. The week after will be Ghost of the Deep with more loot. The week after will be Prophecy. The week after will be Prophecy with more loot. Week after will be all 3 raids. The week after will be all 3 raids. The week after will be all 3 dungeons. Dungeons, not raids, sorry. The week after will be all 3 dungeons with extra loot. And then the week after is Edging Defeat. Sorry, Edge of Fate. Sorry. Yeah, that's cool. That's all I got. That's all I got. It's cool. It's a good change. It shouldn't have taken this much feedback. This is another one of these things where it's like, this is another one of these things where it's like, I'm mad, but I'm not mad enough for Twitter on this shit. Where it's like, yeah, this shit shouldn't have happened. But I also don't think Bungie was sitting there being like, or I don't think most people at Bungie were sitting there being like, fuck those idiots, bro. They think it's going to be the next dungeon on Tuesday. Like, any fucking person with a brain at Bungie has to know if that was their plan, it's going to backfire. There's like, it's so weird because Twitter simultaneously seems to think Bungie's like the most like intelligent, super evil genius fucking manipulator ever, but also the biggest dumbasses ever. And it's like, so you think they know how to manipulate you, but they're not smart enough to be like, nah, they're probably gonna see right through this shit? Like, are you serious? I don't fucking know. It was a stupid design. for whatever reason they did it, for whoever made the fucking decision, I'm glad they changed it. It sucks that we're 10 years into this and this is still happening. This isn't the first time they've had this feedback. The closest event to this is fucking Pantheon, and they literally had the same feedback, or Into the Light with the grinding changes in Pantheon, whatever. And they literally had to make this change last year. I don't know why we're not learning from this. Sucks. I'm glad they fixed it. That's my take. If that fucking, you know what I mean? If that makes me a Bungie hater or a Bungie shill, suck my ass. I don't care. I don't think anyone should be fired for this. I think people were overreacting, but also think people had the justification to be angry about it, or maybe not angry. I also feel like people are really mean, man. Also, I don't think people I just don't think people know English very well. And it's just I don't know, man. That's just where I am with this. That's where I am with this. The guy in the reveal straight up said new dungeon every week. No, he literally didn't. This is exactly what I'm talking about. One second, can I sit in a tree here? I want to pull up the salt clip. Cause it's just do I think the wording was really shitty? Yes. Do I think the interpretation is black and white? 100% in no world, no. And it's just people are hearing different words than me. One second. Let me sit up on a tree or something. Can I think the wording, and I will never deny this, and I think it's super clear that the wording is uber fucking shitty. Am I gonna die here? One second. Oh, I don't have heat ride. Fucking of course I don't have heat rides as well. Okay, that's fine. I want to get on top of that. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking die. That's fine. Okay, one second. Let me pull up this this Sweatsicle clip. Because I quote tweeted it without even watching it, and then I watched it and I was like, wait. I'm kind of right, though. The most annoying thing from this copyright shit, is people are going to be like, they stole the Red War campaign. And I just cannot stress enough how annoying that's going to be. Let me go to the... All right, one second here. Let's watch this. Because I've seen a lot of people, and once again, I consider Sweat a friend. I think he overreacts sometimes. I think that's part of the streamer lifestyle. I totally get it. I do it too. But wait, why is this so fucking quiet?
There's going to be one of these 3 dungeons featured during each week of the event.
There's going to be one of these 3 dungeons featured during every week of this event. Now, is that really shitty wording? Yes, it is really fucking shitty wording. Does that mean or definitively say that there's going to be a different dungeon every week? No. And then he freaks out here.
On a sort of rolling basis. Okay.
Oh, on a sort of rolling basis. And so, technically, and once again, I'm not trying to sit here and say that this is good wording, because it is objectively really fucking bad wording. The fact that people can mistake it to mean either, or argue about either of these things, mean it's bad wording. And we'll talk about that here in a second. But fucking Spire, Ghosts, Prophecy is one of the 3 dungeons in a rolling basis. It is a very shitty way to word this. It is a very shitty way to word this. And that goes to the real problem, and what I have been preaching for literally 6 months. Does this mean Sweat seems to think this is a slam dunk for him just lying. He calls him a liar here.
He literally just lied in 4K!
I would argue that's not exactly how words work. And I'm definitely giving benefit of the doubt here, but I feel bad for this guy. I don't remember his name, but he's probably going to get fucking attacked now because that's how it works. But I think what people should really be mad at is this format that they insist on doing, exclusively the dev on the couch thing, is literally designed in a way to make it less formal, which means slip-ups like that are going to happen more because there's less marketing scrutiny on what they say. On a polished Vidoc, on these highly polished and curated trailers, every word is picked very specifically, and they record as many times as they need to get it right, to convey the exact message. I like the devs on the couch thing. It should not be the primary source of information because it will consistently lead to misunderstanding and misinformation because they are less scrutinized by their marketing and brand team. And my proof for this is the last 3 reveals that they have done, causing mass community confusion, bro. I think it's completely fair to say that this wording means once per week. I think it's fair to say that could be interpreted that way. But to say, as many people are saying, that is the only way that can be interpreted is very silly. Is incredibly silly. They should have said that in a real trailer, in a real Vidoc, they would have had the fucking real dates. They would have spelled it out. It was a shitty way to do the reveal, and it's a even shittier way to convey very important information. And then the icing on top and the cherry on top is the fact that in the TWAB 2 days later, they didn't just spell it out. Or in the article, the same day, they didn't just spell it out. It's why, like, how many times do we have to learn this lesson? I don't think that the couch streams need to go. I think they can keep them, but they need to be superseded by. They need to be contextualized by and led into by a professionally done Vidoc or trailer every time that has the core of the information they need to talk about, and then they can waffle and expand on their favorite modifiers and their favorite guns and all of that stuff. But like the marathon reveal, the general public has no fucking idea what this game is. Like 50 people who have played it know what this game is, and they're sitting here chatting like everyone has played the game. And it's like it's a very reoccurring issue here where people have no idea what the fuck's going on. Information is not being conveyed in a way. And do I think that that guy on the couch there, should feel bad for how he worded that? No, he's just a fucking human, man. Have you guys ever fucking sat here and like chatted with your friends and tried to convey something? The first fucking 2 semesters I taught classes, those fuckers didn't learn anything because it takes time. It takes time to refine how you convey that information and how you communicate that information, and to catch yourself, especially when you're nervous, saying things that make sense in a way that cannot be. I'm very distracted right now. I just now noticed this, and I'm never going to unnotice this, in a way that people can't misconstrue. Why is the armor icon four dicks going into a helmet? I just now noticed that. Bro, oh my god. They're circle jerking on the helmet, dog. Alright, well that screen's ruined for me. Oh man. Hopefully that icon wasn't stolen. Oh man. Warframe does the same and no issues. Maybe it's a Destiny issue. I don't know anything about Marathon, or I don't know anything about Warframe. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know Warframe or even pretend I've watched one of those reveals, because I have not, and I do not care. I'm not going to sit here and compare things to other things or whatever. What I'm going to say is their current format clearly does not work for Bungie titles, and it needs to change. And that's all I fucking care about. That's all I care about. I could give two fucks about how Mojang fucking, or how fucking Microsoft or whoever the fuck reveals fucking Minecraft, or how, I don't fucking know, Aristotle revealed Chess 2, or how fucking literally anyone reveals anything. I do not care. I know this format does not work for the, like, average comprehension of a Twitter user that plays Destiny and Bungie titles. That's all I know. Okay? That's all I got. I really don't care about anything else. And so yeah, what is the event very poorly structured, or was it? Yes. Should it have been obvious to Bungie that this was not a good way to shape it based off of literally 10 years of community feedback? Yes. Should we be mad at that random ass guy who is doing like his first or second live stream ever or whatever for speaking in a vague way that can be interpreted in many ways? No. No. Should we ask for more polished streams with a clear verbiage and a clear way to communicate things? Yes. Should we be mad at people who make it their entire fucking identity to hate bait this game? Yes. Can we have nuanced and reasonable takes that point out good things and bad things? Yes. Am I missing anything else here, obvious chat? Please review the new meme. Oh, Jesus. What does that even mean? I think they do couch streams because they can talk longer about fewer topics, because they don't have to show as much. They don't have to show something like Final Shape, for example. I don't really understand what that has to do with anything, dog. We've seen Bungie waffle for like an hour on literally nothing. They can show a 15-minute trailer and then talk about it. Or they can show a 5-minute trailer and then talk about it for 50 minutes. Things don't have to be exactly an hour long. 45-minute reveal, that's fine. Hour and a half minute reveal, hour and a half minute reveal, hour and a half reveal. Sorry, that literally broke my brain. That's fine. I don't think it was live, Maverick. I'm pretty sure that was pre-recorded, because DMG was literally tweeting at me during it. Is it not fair to criticize community managers for not picking up on people's expectations for the release and clarifying earlier? No, it totally is. I think that's totally fine. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think we should, I think there's a big difference between saying, hey, Cosmo, or hey, whatever, or not, or hey, Destiny 2 community team, this is a clear miss, and I hope you fucking die! You deserve to lose your job! You know what I mean? There's a big fucking difference between how you convey that feedback. There's a big difference between saying, hey, that's a very confusing way to word that, and that guy just lied in 4K! You know what I mean? These are, when, they didn't. There's, very... You know what I mean? But, it is what it is. I understand it. I do it. I fucking crash out at chat literally all the time. And it's one of my favorite things. And sometimes I get shown clips from my stream, and I'm like, wow, I'm an asshole. I should really be fucking nicer to you guys, because you're human. Sometimes when I crash out about Bungie stuff, I should absolutely be nicer, because most of them are human too. And it's I think there's a reason, if I was in a workplace and someone did something I didn't like, I would never walk up to someone and be like, you fucking idiots! You know what I mean? I would never do that. It's especially as content creators, get such a fucking keyboard warrior mentality. And like I said, it's literally, I've done it. And it's it's something I look back on, and I try to do less nowadays, and I feel genuinely bad about. But, yeah. Sorry, Junior. I was crashing out. Hate baiting needs to be curb stop out of existence, period. It's too late. I genuinely think as a community, and people aren't going to agree with this because they're in too deep. But I think as a community, one of the worst things that we have done was I think we were too accepting of hate bait. I truly believe that. And now it's literally changed the entire, and maybe it's not just a Destiny community thing. I feel like it's especially prevalent in the Destiny community, but I think that's like definitely there's definitely some bias there, like echo chamber bias or whatever you want to call it, situational bias. But I really feel like we should have done a better job at calling it out and not allowing it to become as normalized as it has, because honestly, it is the meta now. And I think it's such a mistake. And I'm not going to sit here and say I've definitely done it. I have 100% done it, whether it was conscious or not conscious, or I've never done it while I was sleeping, I hope. But whether it was conscious or subconscious, I've definitely given into some of that and added to it. And I try to be better. And like I said, sometimes I mess up. We're fucking humans. You know what I mean? And so it's a lot different. It's harder to catch yourself when you're yelling at a screen. I totally get it. But I think it has gotten to a point where I believe whether you realize it or not, it is chalking your mental. It is really making people seem incredibly parasocial with $1 billion company, which I think is not a situation you should find yourself in personally. And it also makes you like just seem like a bad person a lot of the time. And it does come off as like very entitled or apathetic a lot of the time. And I think I don't know. As I've gotten older and I've experienced more and more things, I just think that's like it's kind of my goal to never be seen like that. So any Reddit thread anywhere on Destiny Bungie's full capital H8. Yeah. And it's like I said, like I don't want to like say it's like a Destiny exclusive problem. I feel like it is maybe not especially, it is very prevalent in the Destiny community due to, I feel like it's been normalized a lot. But also anytime there's Destiny is essentially a platform, right? And so like if you're just learning a new game, like a new game comes out, a lot of us probably feel a lot less inclined or comfortable giving like such direct, aggressive feedback versus Destiny. Like, oh, it's a second nature. I wake up and I shit on Destiny, bro. That's just like what I do for fun. You know what I mean? The new Superman trailer is all right. It's pretty good. You're a Screamo fan. We get it. You're good. Bro, that is not the proper way to scream. If you scream like that in metal, your vocal cords will be done. Feel like it's been this way since the start. Like the hate stuff? I don't think so. Like I feel like it's definitely gotten worse. I don't know. There's 100% a recency bias to that as well, though. Like it's really hard to sit here and objectively say like, oh, I feel like it's worse now and it wasn't that bad back then. It all kind of runs together. But I definitely think like, I don't know. It feels more normalized than ever. Like you're almost, I don't even like, I truly feel like a lot of the times when my immediate reaction, like I said, even with like a lot of the Rite of the Nine stuff, like I didn't like it and people were telling me, and I was very vocal about not liking it. I was just doing it in a respectful way. And I had like multiple people either call me a shill, or when a lot of this is fucking Nazis or hate baiters or whatever, it's fucking Twitter. But I had so many people like call me a shill or say like I'm not mad enough. And it's like, like what are we doing here? What are we fucking doing? I don't know. Yeah, I do plan on streaming the Now Shit show that is going to be the Play MA tomorrow, if they still do it. I think they're in a hard situation here. I don't think they should back down. Like, I think that would be a really bad look. But also, they need to go into this Play MA with the understanding that they are going to get trolled the ever-living shit out of, because chat is going to be 90% people saying, plagiarize, 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 plagiarize. Which, once again, I hope they get to the bottom of it, either internally or through the legal system. The artist is fully and over generously compensated for her work, and whoever did the stealing gets reprimanded, but that's all I got. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Thank you for calling it out. Lots of this company hates you videos. Yeah, that's pretty normal nowadays too. And it's so weird. Like, once again, like, I just feel, that feels very parasocial, right? Like, I just, every time I see one of those, like, yeah, I believe out of every fucking billion-dollar company, there's not a single executive that likes you or cares about you or knows you exist. Like, that's just how it goes. That's like welcome to late-stage capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. But to sit here and say, like, the individual devs, most, if not all of them, that pour their passion and soul into the game, they don't care if you enjoy the game or not. Like, all that tells me is you've never been passionate about anything in your life. That's all that tells me. Hot take: the toxic side has gone so bad it makes dark side royalty older videos warning us look like a reality. Wait, what? The dark side royalty used to make videos warning against the toxic side of the Destiny community.
Wells overclocked.
Over under seeing the Concord comparison 250 times. Dog. At least 1,000. Did you see Bungie issued a speedrun solo flawless? Yeah, I did see that. I don't think you'd get that criticism if it weren't for the game changing segment. For better or for worse, the anti-marathon. No, it doesn't matter at all. I would have gone that. 100%. 100%. And that clip, unedited, I stand by. If the clip was, I believe, inverse. I think if you take the last thing I said in that trailer and you put it before the first thing, I think that was the full clip. And I stand by that, dude. When the community starts to uncover the secrets of Marathon and you start playing them, I think people are going to love them. I think people are going to freak out in a very good way. And I do think it's going to be game changing. I stand by that 100%. Is your intellect like high? Yes, thank you. Sorry, how are you getting your super back? Oh, you mean in game? I am getting my super back fast because I'm in the blind well, and anytime you pick up one of those blue orbs, it gives you like supercharged. Fuck off. I need to find. Speaking of one of those orbs. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen in Marathon. I hope it does well. Like I said, for purely selfish reasons, I enjoy the game, and games like that are more fun if the more people that enjoy them, right? Live service, community-driven games, of course, will always be more fun if more people are paying attention and doing this stuff. So I hope people enjoy it. I don't fucking know what's gonna happen. I'm here to try it out for sure. And I'll play until I am not enjoying myself anymore, or until Destiny has content, and then I'll focus on Destiny, and then I'll come back to Marathon if there's new content or whatever, and then, you know, we'll go back and forth. That's how I do it. And then once I get sick of something, I'll stop playing it. Same as it's always been, my fellas. Yo, Drizzy, what's up? But that clip a few days ago where you said, but your mom likes me is so funny. Well, sometimes I've got a good one. It's still, like, in hindsight, though, like I said that when we watched the clip, like, yeah, it's funny and it's good entertainment, but, like, once again, no adult is coming into chat and saying, oh, Scaro9's not very likable. And now in hindsight, I realize that I destroyed a fucking 9-year-old or a 12-year-old or something. I was saying words they probably had never been exposed to. And now I feel bad. Because it's like, in real life, if someone walks up to you and says, oh, you're not very likable, you just fucking walk away. Why? I'm starting to understand that I've got... I don't know. I just don't like it. In hindsight, I don't like it. It's a funny clip, but it's like, the reality of it is like, it just makes it not as funny. And I feel especially bad knowing that person was definitely like 12. It's like, Bungie hasn't said anything about the bounties. And we don't know. I said that last time for the, did I just do a bounty prep video last season because of Sundered Doctrine? I think I might have. I said this last time, like, honestly, it barely matters to prep anymore. It's so easy to fucking get to the artifact levels. It's just if you want to ensure it. And then we don't even know what the fuck's happening with all the supposed compression of the light system or whatever. Like, I have no idea how that's going to change any of this shit. We don't even fucking know if the artifact system is going to still exist as it does. So, you know, I'm going to have to preface this. I said for Sundered Doctrine, I said, I'm pretty sure this is the least important bounty prep you'll ever do. Which ended up being maybe less true because lightning strike shit. What was that fucking shit called? Thunder Lords. Dick clap. What is it? Oh shit! I need to put these back on. I had to untake it over, or take them all off for a challenge. What the shit was this called, bro? Yeah, because of flashover. Ended up being pretty good. Bolt charge, thank you. The moderation for the marathon stream tomorrow will be something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The artifact system definitely needs some sort of shakeup. I'm still in a firm belief that should be challenges unlocked as mods instead of straight XP. Maybe. I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna be honest, the part of Destiny that bores the shit out of me is like the seasonal progression. Like, I do not care about leveling up my artifact. I do not care. I've never cared about the light level grind, and I'm getting a little nervous that they're compressing the light system, because that makes me think they might lean into the light level grind a little heavier. The happiest thing that's ever happened for me personally in Destiny was them taking away fucking power. I mean, well, yeah, I get it. It's also like, it doesn't matter that much, because even when they raise the light like 10 levels in a season or whatever, like I never like specifically grind for it. It has been, I have not specifically intentionally grinded for power even a single time. Excuse me, that was disgusting. Even a single time since Legendary Mode was fucking introduced in Witch Queen. Like, the last time I legitimately cared about power leveling and min-maxing was, like, definitely Beyond Light. I am beyond bored with the power system. I do not care at all. Yo, Max! Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Yeah, there's a marathon stream tomorrow. It's just one of those things where they'll get a couple devs, they'll run a couple games, they'll answer questions. I think I'm a little worried about community reception, because if you go over to the marathon subreddit, people seem to think it's going to be some like fucking revolutionary, huge reveal style thing. Like, it's just going to be fucking Joe Ziegler and co, like, running a game or two and answering general questions. It's not going to be any different than when Bearkey did it, or when Active did it, or whomever else did it. Like, I don't think we're gonna get that insightful information tomorrow. I hope I'm wrong, but what is that? Clips a leader? What the hell is that, bro? We already know what kind of questions they'll get. Seeing today's shit show, will they delay the event? No, I don't think so. I think that's a bad PR move personally, but I don't fucking know. New community puzzle in blind well. I fucking wish. Any tales to why the day one changed to Saturday? Yeah, so. Why are people always setting themselves up for disappointment? It's the same with Lucky's rap tweet. Dude, it fucking killed me. Lucky kills me, man. I don't think he's a bad guy. And you know, when I met him at GCX and stuff, he's always really nice, and we've done some Destiny activities, but it's insane to me. Like, I think that's a big part. Like, I think he only fuels that kind of. It's not like exactly. Well, it is sometimes hate baiting. The rap tweet is like not. It's just like I just feel like it's in bad faith, man. You're like purposely setting people up to be disappointed, and I just feel like that's in bad faith. I don't know how to like appropriately say this, but I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. I got nothing. It is just engagement farming, but it's like it's different than that. Like, I feel I've seen Lucky ask a couple of times like why, because he's not a Bungie creator. I think they like keep kicking him out of the server if he gets in or whatever. And it's like, well, yeah. Because even in the best times of Destiny, I've seen you hate clip. Like, it's just like, why would they want to support that? I just don't. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. This is honestly a conversation I should have in private with Lucky, and I probably should have reached out to a couple of friends and said many years ago, but I've just been kind of holding my tongue a lot. I agree to an extent, but it's also not an optimal way to shout a Bungie that we do want Wrath. Well, yeah, I mean, no, there's fucking, you don't think Bungie knows we want Wrath, guys? You don't think, like, fucking, if you go and ask anyone on the raid team, you don't think they want to bring Wrath back? You don't think any of the QA people, you don't think any of the fucking art team wants to bring Wrath back? I can assure you, large percentages of Bungie want to bring Wrath back. And I can assure you, every fucking person that works at Bungie knows how much we want Wrath back. These are not the people that hold the decisions or make these decisions. Why blind well? I'm bounty brother. If you still buy Marathon, it means you don't really care about the stolen art. I don't agree with that at all. Well, first off, I fully expect us to be taken care of before that. So, I think first and foremost, we wait and see what happens there. This will be resolved one way or another. Their history with this is much too consistent for it just to be brushed under the rug. I don't think it's possible for it to be brushed under the rug. But I also think making like huge grandstanding statements like that don't really help anyone or anything. Yeah, Joe, I just need stream content, bro. I'm trying here, okay? I'm trying here. I think, look, I'm purely, or definitely 100% leaning towards team contractor or logo pack. I mean, it has been the biggest fucking thing in the past for any time this has happened to Bungie. Everything that was taken here are clearly like iconography and logos. It just makes too much sense, in my opinion. But I'm like, you know, that we have like literally a process. Bungie has an internal process and we have a legal process for figuring this out for a reason. So it's really hard to speak on it until figure out what's going on. Or I can just make shit up, make everyone mad. I could do that too. And then like I could just make shit up, make everyone mad, and then when the real information comes out, like only a third of the people see that shit, and so 60% of the community still thinks the wrong thing. because I said something fucking like idiotic on stream. You know what I mean? And the negative thing always gets more attention. Always gets more attention than the correct thing. So it's like, I try not to play into that. My day has been pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little trip planned next week. I'm really excited for. I'm ready for a break, man. It has been. I don't know how it looks for you guys, like only watching me, like from part of the day. My life. This is including the weeks of like all of my defenses throughout grad school. This is by far the busiest month of my life, like this last month. And fuck, man, I just need a little break. We're gonna go lay on the beach. We're gonna go sleep. We're gonna go, I don't even know what else we're gonna do. So understandable. Do you want to maybe do a reaction stream to Edge of Fate soundtrack preview? Wait, it's already been revealed? I didn't know it was revealed. Maybe not tonight, but I'm totally down. Like this weekend sometime. That would be really fucking fun. We don't leave until fucking Tuesday, I think. It's our 6th anniversary, chat. Holy shit, I'm getting so fucking old, boys. I'm falling apart. I woke up this morning, I had a broken foot. No. What? Why? 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 Joe, I've been making good progress on that thing, by the way. I'll probably need a couple more days, but it's good. It's good. Going to your first trading card game convention this weekend. Honestly, so excited and nervous about it, dude. Hell yeah. Well, enjoy it. Don't spend too much money, and enjoy it. Scaro's so old, he's gonna randomly wake up and be missing an arm or die from a falling tomato. Yes. Yes. That is actually logical in canon. You can say what it is. No Joe NDA. Oh, wow. It's sounding good. I have everything layered. I don't, obviously, because a lot of your, well, I need to record a lot of the leads. I've recorded about half the leads. I've recorded all of the bass, this guy said. Fucking bass. Bruh. Do you want to hear the lowest note on my guitar, bruh? This guy fucking sends a bass track. Listen to this. This is guitar. Fucking who needs a bass, bro? Fucking any fucking metal band that has a bass. No, that's fucking drop F. That's drop F. Any fucking metal fucking band that has a bassist, they're posers, bro. Let's drop F. If I went any higher, I'd have to fucking put higher gauge strings in there. Or if I went any lower. So, yup, there's that. And then, yep, I translated a lot of your drums over to more metal-y drums. We don't have to keep them, but it's easier for me to play too. And then, I put some synths behind the guitar just to make it sound bigger, but they're playing the same thing, so you can mix those as needed. But I've just been playing around with it. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Dude, I like metal. I started to do 6-string drop F, and I was like, nah. Nah. I'm specifically using the same drums I used in Destiny. Yeah, I figured you were going to. They just don't. I don't know. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that. But if you want if you want it to sound like super metally, those drums aren't super conducive to like. I mean, maybe like 80s thrash metal, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want the track to sound like, that's cool. It just, for me, in my ear, it's easier to play to metal stuff. So I just put like not tin cans behind them. But it's just easier to play too. You just play that single string open all the time? No, fucking Joe actually had me playing like scales and shit. I would love if it was just a gent track. I spent the last 2 days tabbing shit out. Fucking I had to break out my keyboard. Bing bing bing. Dong dong dong. And like fucking learn notes. God, I wish it was just open string. I believe you're not much older than me. I'm 27. How high is your gauge? That's a great question. I don't know. I've had that string. I've had that guitar. I don't play very often. The last time I played that guitar was when I wrote the Crota song. There were brand new strong strings for that, and that was what, like fucking 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So those are old strings. That guitar does not get played very much because I usually play and drop A, 7 strings, and that's what my baby is tuned to. So I usually just play her. You're 25, dog. 25 is your peak. After 25, you stop developing, and it's all downhill. You start just decaying, body part by body part. Don't roll your fucking ankle anymore, Dio. That shit ain't healing. You are welcome to the realm of permanent injuries, my friend. Bounty prepping on God. You're 32 in a week? Rest in peace. I hope you have your will ready, my friend. God, I remember like when I joined grad school, I couldn't even drink. I was 20. And I just remember thinking everyone was so fucking old. Here I am. Youth is wasted on young Scarrow. Not really. I think I actually had a baller youth, to be honest. I think I did quite well for myself. I'm only 24 and I have chronic knee pain. Hey, you have a year to get that shit fixed before it's permanent. Go see a physical therapist, on God. Yo, Inari, what's up? What are we doing in Blind Well? Bounties. Just wait till you're 30 and your back goes. Have a permanent injury on your left shoulder. Fucking hell. The cardboard allergy isn't even in the excuse me? Cardboard allergy? Huh? I hope that's working out well for you, Krydar. It's never too late. It's just too late to feel good while you do it, you know? Just wait till you're 35, you start losing hair except for on your ass. I hope I don't have that problem. Like, my dad is 50 and he still has a full head of hair. He's not balding at all. My grandfather lived until he was like 78, 82, something like that. He just died a couple of years ago, but he had magnificent hair. It was gray, but he didn't lose any of it. I've got the good hair genetics, okay? Hopefully, knock on wood. I haven't talked to my mom in a while. She might be balding. I don't really know what her side of the family looks like. Can you pick 2 colors for me? Black and fire. The 2 best colors on the planet. Not gonna lie, y'all old. Imagine being in your 20s gonna be me. Oh my god, bro, we got a baby in chat. That's insane. Fucking enjoy it. I miss Sunday morning cartoons. What color is fire? What kind of question is that? Have you ever fucking looked at fire before? What? "19 is not a baby?" Dude, 19's a baby. 19 is not... Saying 19 is not a baby is a very baby thing to say. That's what Big Baby wants you to believe. Oh my god. You're a chemist? You know that fire has like 18 colors? Alright, so now you're just assuming my knowledge on fire, huh? Fire is a very distinct color. How's recess? That's crazy. Fuck. Fuck, bro. But let me tell you, Oblivion has me feeling like I'm young, dude. It's giving me such Skyrim. I wake up, dude, like on the weekend. I play some Oblivion. I shower, I do a couple of chores, I come back, I play Oblivion some more, watch some hockey games while I'm playing Oblivion. It's taking me right back, dude. Taking me right back to the Skyrim years. I was a goddamn degenerate when I played Skyrim. Skyrim was the first game I ever degenerated, dude. Degenerated? There were definitely days where I would just wake up, I had a dingy like folding chair in my room, and I would just like, go sit in it, play Skyrim for fucking 18 hours, go to bed. I mean, there were definitely days I didn't eat, and I would just play Skyrim. The summers of middle school. I've been getting those vibes again. Although, I don't like... There are a lot of things in Oblivion that piss me off that weren't in Skyrim. First off, why the fuck is there a weapon durability system? Can we cut that shit out? Second, shit has way too much health. But... it's fun. Also, the generation or whatever, like, not, I guess it's not generation, but like the variety of like dungeon layouts and shit in Oblivion, way smaller. Like, you've seen one cave, you've seen every single cave in Oblivion. That's a little frustrating, I think, but still pretty fun. Also, I don't like how it doesn't tell you when you haven't complete. So like in Skyrim, when you do everything, or you've explored like an entire dungeon or ruin or whatever, it tells you, it like marks it off. Oblivion doesn't do that, so that's a little annoying. What happened to senior citizens being kind and caring? They lied to me. Bro, we can be kind and caring and still call you a baby. What? I'll do the real old person thing. Kids these days have no idea what it's like to work a day in their life, bro. Oh my, wait. Also, like, I don't know if you pay attention, but old people are, like, historically the most toxic and, like, damaging people. Have you ever heard of intergenerational trauma? That doesn't fucking come from your siblings, bro. That comes because your fucking grandfather beat the shit out of your mom, who beat the shit out of you, and now you're fucked up in the head. And society makes you think it's your goddamn problem. And then you're probably going to emotionally abuse your kids. And it's a toxic cycle that hopefully gets, like, at least less physical over time. You know what I mean? Like, I think we've stepped away from beating the shit out of our children in this country. Most of them, more or less. But, holy fuck, bro. It's crazy. Yeah. Did you get my facts? It just shames me, or it pains me to know that one day I'm gonna be the old person, and I'm gonna hate everything good, and I'm just gonna want people to shut up and eat their avocado toast or whatever, and I'm gonna be the bad guy. Just put me out of my misery when that day comes, my friends. I'm gonna say, these young people never pay their taxes. Their school should cost 10 times what my education cost. Jaded Scarab's gonna be sick, dog. I feel like I'm already fucking jaded. Hello? 10 years in the Destiny community has aged me faster than literal, like, life itself, dude. Are you okay? No, I'm alright. I'm fine. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that's such a vibe. That's such a vibe, Hive. 60-year-old Scarrow streaming the Destiny 3 alpha. You guys still love me if I was 60 years old and playing Destiny Rising? How do you feel about that?
Got a lot of radiation all of a sudden.
You know, like that old guy that played RuneScape? Fifth-year-old crab core Scarrow, dog. I also, this is like, so I'm pretty open about this, but Victoria and I are like very 50-50 on having kids. Kind of depends on the week, I think. Well, I really, yeah. One of the saddest things I could think of is like having a kid and being excited to share my like Destiny and the MCU and The Walking Dead and fucking my favorite music with them, and then just but like knowing it's inevitable that they think it's shit. That's so sad, bro. Did you just reword the love me as a worm? Oh, I didn't mean to. Maybe I did. Bro, my teammates are getting fucking cooked out here. Gotta break the totem, boys. So this chieftain has got to go. Brother! Oh. This ain't looking well, gents. This, or, well, what the fuck did I just say? God, I forgot English. This is not, oh, it's not looking good. Yo, can you spawn some shit? Wait, what? Bro, those screams like detonated on his ass. Oh, come the fuck on. Alright. Oh, fuck. Did these guys kill theirs, at least? Surely if I almost killed one, they killed theirs. I don't think they killed theirs. Come on, get him before he shields. Oh! No shot. Oh, this ain't looking good. Oh my god, they're so weak. We're gonna fail. We're legitimate. Oh my god. Okay. Nope. I'm not gonna. Am I not gonna get progress for this? I'm leaving. I fucking hate blind well so goddamn much, bro. Yeah, well, they changed the fucking light of this area, bro. Yeah, that's black and fire. I'll take that. All right, dude. Failing a 6-year-old activity has got to be embarrassing. Yeah, says the fucking 6-year-old in chat, dude. Come on. Come on, bro. Come on. Bro, they made it hard. All right, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go do the fucking. I'm gonna go do the thing. The fucking Descendant challenge on my other characters. I don't even give a fuck. What time does do the hockey game start today? What the fuck?
Grief's a funny thing.
Oh yeah, I've played on my
Some
time, bro.
folks get
Oh,
stuck
you can't
in
skip
it,
this?
frozen in place. It holds them hostage.
7 o'clock and
Some
9:30.
folks,
Okay, okay.
some folks just run.
Caps in 30 minutes. Toes, Caps are totally gonna get fucking ran, right?
I went far.
Carolina
I
wins
had
today.
to.
I think Carolina wins.
I couldn't look
Ends
at
the
moon.
series. I think Dallas wins, ends the series. And then,
The way I see it,
I hope
the
Toronto,
farther
Florida
you
goes to
run,
Game 7.
the less likely you are to get
that's a fun
stuck.
series.
But this universe tends to
Maybe Jackson,
stop
we'll
me
see.
in my tracks.
I'm 66, newly retired after being in the pharmaceutical industry for the last 35 years and playing Destiny every day. Life is good. There we go. There's
One
worse
way or
ways.
another.
There's worse ways to spend retirement.
Something's out there.
Fuck the
hero.
Oilers, dog.
It's throwing rocks at our window.
I think over the last 2-3 years I've become an Oilers fan. Because I am a Sabres fan and they are bad. And I live vicariously through the Oilers because McDavid should have been on the Sabres. And it's just kind of naturally happened. It started off, I was like kind of hate watching them a little bit 2 years ago. And then now I'm like, I find myself like actually like rooting for them. I just want to see Connor McDavid play more hockey, to be honest. So I'm like, yeah, I hope they keep winning. Has anyone from Budgie said anything yet? No, they're not going to address this. They're going to, excuse me. As a company, it's very like dangerous to address things before you've like assessed the situation. So they are like going to be internally, they are looking into this. I guarantee it. They are not going to address it publicly until they have, something to comment on it, which is public relations 101. Go Stars. I've been really enjoying watching the Stars. Rantanen is just fucking amazing. Graphic design community on Twitter's going crazy right now. Apparently there's more stuff stolen according to one guy. Can you link me to that? Or is there like proof or examples or anything? Yeah, they're 100%. They're assessing. Like I said, I think personally likely this is like a contractor or a licensing situation. I'm sure they have like pretty well-defined avenues for looking into stuff like this from a legal standpoint and from like an actual verification standpoint. Why do I have this on?
Glad to see you're still in the fight.
See the behind the scenes how they did that cutscene? It's a pre-rendered video playing on a screen with your character placed in front of it. No fucking way.
Good
This
choice.
is one thing I am like, that does, I know a lot of Destiny's doom and gloom nowadays, but it makes me really excited how much like back-end tech they've been. I feel like they've gotten a lot of new talent and young people over the last 5 years or so. And it seems like they're making a lot of very creative and new advanced ways to like either solve problems or like advance what they can do within Destiny and the Tiger engine. And it's been really exciting to see. I love every time that something happens and it's like really clear that they made a new piece, a new piece of tech or like had to invest time to develop something that like honestly they probably didn't have to do, but is like a really cool little flair. I geek out over that shit so much. I don't want to talk about hockey. I'm an Avalanche fan. I have a personal vendetta against the Stars. Fair enough, man. I mean, if I were you, I would have a personal vendetta against my GM who like fucking did a generational throw. But yeah, valid. Who is this? Oh, is this also anti-real? Is this like anti-real's personal account? Dear Marathon the Game Graphic Design Lovers, it's time for me to burn some bridges because wait. I'm so fucking confused. Anti-real's a group? Okay. Thanks to anti-real, daily posters stolen and post textures in Marathon. You have created anti-real the game. Notice how these are all like UI elements and symbols, man. I'm so curious about this. It's so interesting that it's all symbols. Every example is symbols. Like, there's no way that's a coincidence, right? It's all like UI symbol, UX symbol, HUD, or not even really HUD elements, but it's all. I find that so fascinating. And like the fact that it's all packaged together. You know what I mean? Like they didn't just like fucking take these and like the fact that it's literally all of it together. I'm super interested about that. I don't really know what that guy means by like burning bridges or whatever, but. Yeah, that's like the fact that it's a one-to-one copy just made it. There's no way, man. Like if you are a professional, if you know what you are doing and you are stealing something, like if you are a graphic designer and you're stealing something, you know to change it. Right? Like that's just like every professional in their field, I would like to believe, you know, like most people would probably not steal things from a moral standpoint. But if I had to steal things, I would know how to do it, or at least make it look convincing. You know what I mean? There's just no. It's so. That's just why I'm having such a hard time believing that this was like actually like an official graphic designer at Bungie. And it could totally be. I don't know. Just from a logical standpoint, it doesn't make any sense. There will be a new bounty spreadsheet probably this weekend. Yeah, like when I steal video ideas from Lab, I don't copy them one-to-one. That'd be so stupid. Like if I'm stealing like a top 10 video that Lab did, I'll put like their number 10 at like number 7. Their number 1, I'll put it like my number 4. You know, like I'll switch it. Like I'll make it not obvious. That's what I'm saying, Solar. Like, I don't think it's someone from the art team. Like, it could be. It totally could be. I'm not going to sit here and say it's definitely not. But I just, like, I'm inclined to believe that. Like, honestly, I would hope someone on this I would hope they wouldn't steal. But fuck, I would hope they'd be smart enough to know to change something. That's not me justifying it. I'm just saying, like, if you're a professional in the field, you know how to make things look convincing. I just don't just, like, objectively, you know what signs people are going to look for. I just don't understand how someone whose job this actually is would do it in such a stupid way. That's what I mean. That's why, like, it just seems like they just fucking hired some random ass guy from LinkedIn or whatever. And they were like, yeah, I'll make you some symbols. Fuck it. I don't know, man. I didn't get through high school without learning how to steal, bro. Insane. This is 1,000% in my opinion contractor error. A young graphic designer is just trying to get paid, was dealing with a shitty deadline and decided to cut it short. That seems like the most likely answer to me. The unfortunate thing is if you say that, you're going to be called a shill. But it's just like, I just think objectively, like, holy fuck, man. There's no, why would Joe Cross follow the account? I mean, look, it's a very, that is not incriminating in itself, right? Like, artists follow other artists, especially if they do art similar to what you do. That is like if, okay, so if I like fucking, for all my metalheads, that would be like me saying like, oh yeah, Electric Callboy didn't steal a riff from Attack Attack? Well, why do they follow them on Twitter? You know what I mean? Like, people in professional fields follow each other. There is literally, I don't know if you guys know this, there is an entire website, social media website dedicated to this called LinkedIn, where you follow people that you are professionally in the same kind of field in. People do it. I do not think that in itself is incriminating. I also, like, I don't know Joe Cross. I've never met him. If you're a 25 or 30 year veteran in a field, you like, he would know. He would know he would get caught for doing this. He would change something. He would do something. Oh, and like, I'm not saying he's the type of person to steal, but if he was, there is no doubt in my mind he would be smarter about it. It makes less sense for a 25, 30 year veteran to just rip something off. That is like the least, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we call this networking. See you, Shrimp. I mean, Cross definitely proved this. Yeah, I mean, he probably saw the symbols at some point. That, if I fucking see a symbol, like, someone shows me a chemical structure they made, if I'm like, hi, Mr. or Mrs. Technician, I would like you to come up with an idea. Bring me your best idea. And then they bring me a chemical structure, I'm not gonna immediately be able to be like, oh, you stole that. That's just not really how it works. I'm not like, once again, like, I'm not trying to justify any of this. And the most important thing is that the artist is compensated fairly, and whoever did this, whether it's a contractor or whatever, a fucking logo company or fucking someone that works at Bungie, that it needs to be addressed. You know, they need to be reprimanded, whatever Bungie fucking policy is. I have no idea. But I think, like, the most important thing is that artist needs to be compensated. Nancy Real needs to be compensated more than their work is worth.
Welcome back.
Where the fuck was I? Where was I going with this? I don't even fucking remember where I was going with this. Oh yeah, but yeah, like, you can't expect, just because someone is in an industry doesn't mean they know every piece of thing in that industry, right? They definitely should, you know, do their best to verify if something was fucking stolen. But I mean, like, things are gonna fucking slip. If like, it would be so easy for me to fucking tell anyone that I made something original. I don't know. More likely shared by art directors as a mood board inspiration, and then a new mishire mistook it for an asset library. Yeah, I mean, that's another fucking great example as well. That could very much be it as well. Has anyone told you about your condescending tone? It's cringy, dog. It's fucking 2025. You're in a Twitch chat, and you fucking just dropped the word cringy. Like, come on, hop off my dick, bro. Oh, that condescending tone. Now I get it now, though. I totally get it. But also hop off my dick, bro. It's like the riff at the beginning of Avenged Sevenfold Unholy Confessions. Well, that's a little different. It's like the Doomsday riff, bro. Yeah, can you be a little bit more energetic, please? No! Yeah. Never assume malice when stupidity can be the answer. That is a fucking beautiful quote. Is that a real thing? That's a quote? That's a real phrase? Someone give me the fucking deets on that. Totally agree. It's just like, I just don't understand. It's such a weird position to take, but I feel like it's such a logical one. Like, anyone who's been in this industry knows. They know how they would know inherently how to steal something in a convincing way. That's just how being a professional works. What the fuck? That's Hanlon's razor? I like that a lot. I like that a lot. If you see this plagiarism again and again, and then on the other side, wonder why Bungie can't create something that we all need and want for Destiny, enemy world stories. You get the big picture. They don't have enough good people to create this. What in the fuck are you talking about, bro? I don't think we played the same content recently, which is fine. I mean, you don't have any social contract to play, but what the fuck are you talking about? We do this. This community does this, brother. It like fucking 20 steps to connections. It's unreal. Yeah, can we just focus on the fucking plagiarism thing? Yeah, that's bad. We should address that. Are we still talking about important stuff? Or may I suggest a topic? Fuck it. Go for it, lad. Lab, that's fucking brutal, bro. Jesus. No Destiny and Marathon means no more shilling. Dog, I'll just shill for my real life company, bro. They pay the bills. Why would I not? Actually, it's funny I say that. Because, once again, I'm an expert and I have morals. I'm actually like very hypercritical of who I work for and other, you know, chemistry companies as well. Like, for instance, I would never work for Dow or DuPont, or Dow DuPont, bro, because they have done some real shady shit. At what point does a colander become a sieve? This is okay, so here's a good question. So, I was always taught sieve, molecular sieve, for instance, if you're trying to, like, dry a liquid. A lot of people, I have learned, say sieve. I think sieve is more of the action. I think sieve is the noun, but I don't know for sure. I could be totally wrong on that. But I would say personally, a colander is above 6 millimeters. In like the holes are above 6 millimeters, and sieve is below 6. I could be convinced to go down to 5 millimeters wide as well. When our speedrunning expired, do you think we actually have a chance to beat that, Hoon? If you think we can legitimately beat that, I'm totally down. I have until Tuesday, and I think it'd be fun. Did I pick up bounties? I didn't see a bounty pop. Oh, thank God. At this point, any chem corporation did some shady stuff. This is like, okay. This is something I really struggle with. There is some shady stuff that every fucking corporation, it's not even chemical corporations, every fucking corporation on Earth has done. There's a big difference between, like, fudging some numbers or lying or getting something wrong versus Dow DuPont literally covering up multiple, like, generational level crises over the span of 20 years. For sure they scuffed too. Oh, yes? Okay. Okay, okay. Hey, if you're saying there's a chance, I'm totally down. We can talk about it more tomorrow. I've got a pretty open day tomorrow, Hoon. There's a marathon stream currently at 4 Eastern, which is reset plus 3. But for the rest of the evening and most of Saturday and all of Sunday and a lot of Monday, I'm free. So we can talk about it. I'm totally down. Yeah. Ruin, we don't know for sure it's from Krupa or Krupa Hosk. We don't know that yet. That's just, we just know that they worked there. Some of the contractors came from them. Universal time codes based on Destiny reset now? Bro, we've been doing that for years. Because we have so many people that are, I mean, Hoon's from Australia. We have people on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. We've been saying reset plus, and it's really nice because reset plus accounts for the time change as well. So marathon stream's gonna be hell yeah. Yeah. Can you get all Sentence 7 challenge? Yeah. We have 12. We have 9 weeks until Edge of Fate. And this weekend, guys, I'll probably do a video on bounty prepping. So this weekend. I also need to do a couple streams where I do these because I am not quite plus 20 yet. So I need to get a bunch of those. I can do like a finally getting max triumph score stream. So that'll be fun. All right, chat. Good discussions today. I think most important thing is to recognize that most of us are not copyright experts. None of us are lawyers. Most of us aren't lawyers. Sorry, I didn't mean to assume none of you are lawyers. Very likely, most of you are not lawyers. And the most important thing that comes out of this, ante needs to be paid, and a very generous amount. And Bungie needs to identify how this happened and address it. And it needs to stop happening. And if this is going to keep happening because of contractors, they need to hire someone like Ante that is clearly good at this work. That's my take. That's what I got. Backseat CEO time. I'm actually much more comfortable doing backseat CEO than backseat game dev. Because, and maybe this is a hot take, I think being a CEO is probably a lot easier than being a game dev. But, you know, that's just me. That's just Scara takes. Fuck it, I'll do it. So, yeah. Cool. All right, everyone. Let's see. Are we rating someone? Let's see if anyone's live on the Destiny 2 Twitch directory. Oh, let's raid Joey. I like Joey. We raid Bog a lot. I want to spread the love around a lot. I like her. Don't get me wrong. I love Bog. Bog is my homie, but I like to spread it around a little bit. You know what I mean? We'll go Joey. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I'll definitely see you tomorrow. I'll probably be live at about reset plus 2, 3 Eastern or so. So we'll see. Everyone have a great night. I love your faces.